So tell me about your background. I know your story. I'm your biggest fan.
Right.
But I know small town, Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Right.
7 boys. You're fifth in line.
Yes.
Tell me how that.
Big family, and all boys.
Woo.
Oh, my mother was a tough lady.
Right.
Dad was a tough guy too. But you know, we made it. It was fun. I enjoyed growing up, and a little tight sometimes, crowded sometimes, but we learned to live with that, and didn't have much of a choice. You know, you fall in place and you do what you have to do. But you know, it worked. It worked. You know, we got up every day, went to work, and we would do what we had to do. School was important. School was important.
So tell me about the transition from Murfreesboro, then all the way to big city Nashville.
Kind of a big deal being in Murfreesboro, but you know, my mom, our parents were not satisfied with Murfreesboro. They were focused on getting us in school and staying in school, and they both wanted us to go to college.
Right.
Murfreesboro didn't have a school that blacks attended those years. So Tennessee State's here in Nashville. Our uncle was in the film business, and that was on the table for a while. Let's move to Nashville and educating the kids. And my father wanted to work in the film business.
Right.
With his brother here in Nashville. So 1958, packed up, come down the road here to Nashville. And wasn't easy. Charles was the first to graduate.
The oldest brother.
The oldest brother. But we saw that, and we felt like, well, you know, we're gonna go to college too.
You know, okay, again, with my generation, everyone wants to give up.
Yes.
Everyone wants to lay down, feel sorry for yourself. And that's just a normal reaction to that.
I agree.
But what do you think makes you different from everyone that quits?
So you just keep grinding and you keep grinding, and you just want to succeed. And sometimes, you know, and I look back now, sometimes those situations where we wasn't successful and didn't do as well, and you go and try again. You try again until eventually you succeed at that venture, whatever you're trying to do. And it's just no quitting. And you know, the sports part of, and all of us participated, all of us played that competitive when we played against each other in the yard, and that just never giving up.
Never giving up. And that, you know, sports is a big deal too. Like people, big picture, winning and losing.
Yes.
And you have to have that acceptance of losing and getting back up and going again at it.
Yes, and all of us don't.
Right.
Some of us quit the sport. But, you know, you at some point in time, you want to win. You just want to win.
Of course.
You want to be successful.
Right, and that's that drive in you.
That's the drive in you, and I think you create that by winning and losing.
Right. Okay, so when your Uncle Richard passed away, right?
Right.
Can you tell us about that whole situation?
Okay. So the film business, found a love for that. My father loved it, and I didn't want it at first because I wanted to teach, wanted to be around people. And like the mental health part of it, and the kids, and got involved, and my uncle passed. So we wound up, this building we're sitting in this interview is where my uncle and father worked, family had worked.
Right.
So the building went up for sale. So our partner that we had that we met one evening, we were in the room, and I show you the room all the time, the room we were in. That's our casket room now.
Right.
My brother, and he had talked and said, well, we only need one Smith. And
the business partner.
Business partner, and they let Melvin know that he wasn't needed anymore.
Right, they let you go.
Let me go.
Right.
So really that knocked me down.
Knocked you down, right? And most people would quit, but what did you do?
Oh man, I kept it up, kept a little interest in it, kept a little interest in it, and one day my brother called and said to me, said things aren't working out with my partner. Come on, let's go and open a funeral home up. I said, we don't have a place because the family sold this building we're sitting in.
Right, they sold it.
They sold it, and so we got a wooden found another building. Guess what? Right across the street.
Right across the street, right.
Stayed there and worked. Got a phone call one day. The guy said, well, the building, your old building, is for sale. We had to start scraping again, scrape, and we found that money and we paid that off, thought we were ready to roll. We rolled.
You rolled, right.
We moved forward and we had our building back. We were ready to work over here and we started succeeding.
Right.
Succeeding.
Exactly. And so with that story being said.
Yes.
So the original business partner kicked you out.
Kicked us out. Kicked me out.
You out. Second time around, you have an opportunity to buy the building.
Forgot about it.
Right.
I said, no, let me go. And you look at this. I had a family.
Right.
I had a family.
Right.
I was trying to take care of a kid.
Right.
And I think you might have been on the way. I took a bad deal.
Took a bad deal.
But we had to jump some fences.
Of course.
Get knocked down, stepped on.
Yeah.
But we stayed focused.
That's the first step.
Yes.
And the first step is usually the hardest step.
Yes, baby steps.
Baby steps. We always talk about baby steps to everything you do.
We talk about it all the time. And just the start. And once you have a little success, it helps. But that still doesn't, you're never comfortable. You just keep working and working. At least I did. I kept working. And tried not to give up. But, it's always in the back of your mind, well, I might need to do something else. I might need to try something else.
Right.
And especially when the money is not there and funds aren't coming and success seems to be farther and farther away. That deters you sometimes, but try to stay focused and keep on.
Exactly. Could you honestly say you do what you love?
I just love it to death. I really can't live without it now. And you know what? It's the people. It's where we've come from. And I guess when I say where we come from, where we started out, and where we are now, that right there, it motivates me. And when I tell this story, you're tired of listening to it.
Never do. Don't say that.
But this is what keeps me going.
Right.
Everyone wants to kind of ease up workload, cut down, but I just love what I do. I enjoy.
And that's why you're
people.
Successful.
I enjoy people, and I want to continue.
And you help people too.
Well, that's
you're big
part
in the
of
community,
it. That's
right.
part of it. Someone helped us.
Exactly. Thank you so much for tuning in on Do What You Love series, and thank my guest, Mr. Melvin J. Smith.
All right.
Being my first interview. Thank you. I love you.
Thank you for having me.
I'm honored. Anytime.
Yes.
Okay, thanks guys.